Good. So this is another neighborhood initiative that you're talking about. Lay it on us.
Okay, so currently the 49th Ward Green Corps, which is the unenvironmental organization within the neighborhood, we are working on a project to put pressure on Mayor Rahm Emanuel to expand blue bin recycling into the 49th Ward and eventually to cover the entire city, because right now only about 1/3 of the city that's eligible gets blue bin pickup for their recyclables.
Now, let me ask you, why is that? Why haven't we, if it's a more positive, environmentally friendly way of doing things, why did Mayor Daley just sort of let it slide, and why has not the new mayor moved more aggressively to make this encompass all our neighborhoods?
Well, I think it's certainly a matter of priorities. Of course, we can spend money for decades and decades putting our trash into landfills and all the reusable and recyclable goods, or we can actually make use of them and not waste as much money. So it's a matter of priorities, and I think it's also a vestige of a lot of the political system that hopefully is on its way out of certain neighborhoods having more influence over others. And so we have to band together and show our influence over the mayor.
How many signatures are you trying to gather?
We're shooting for 5,000 by the middle of May.
And how many do you have so far, do you know?
We currently are working on, between our online petition, which you can find at the 49th Ward greencorps.org, or paper ones that are being circulated throughout the neighborhood. Here at the Heartland we have some, as well as tomorrow at the Glenwood Sunday Market. We have several hundred so far after just a couple of weeks of working, but we have a number of events where we're really pushing people to sign the physical petition if possible, and if they can't, to sign our online petition.
And it's 49th Ward Green Corps?
49th Ward greencorps.org. So it's 49th wardgreencorps.org.
Right.
Well, the people up in Wisconsin, they really got really good at getting people to sign petitions in the Scott Walker recall, and photographs are still on our wall by Mary Wozniak of the anniversary, 1-year anniversary show of the Wisconsin action that has inspired so many people. And I'm just bringing it up now because it's a great little photo show, lots of other things on the wall, and
so many people have
we want people
us
to sign petitions. Not only there's a lot of petitions out there, so I get them online every day. I try to sign some of them. I'm certainly going to sign this one about the Green Corps, asking the mayor to come up off it and get us some blue bin recycling.
For those of you who don't know, we also, for years now, have been recycling in this ward by virtue of driving our recyclables over to the ward yard, which is what we call it.
It's off of Ravenswood, just north of Devon, on the east side of the street.
Yeah, it's right behind the police station on Ravenswood there at Waller and... Is it Wallen and Ravenswood?
It's a little bit south. It's just north of Devon. It's so 1
block north of Devon.
But you're right, and it's probably if people want to meet their neighbors, they should go there because it's one of the busiest places in the entire neighborhood, with so many great people bringing their recycling there. But it's just inadequate.
Yeah, because we have been consistent in filling those 4 dumpsters.
Because we got about 75,000 people in the ward.
It's 55,000.
55. Well, I'm a big guesser. I overestimate things. But I'm an optimistic kind of dude. But if we have 55,000 people, 4 recycling containers in the ward yard aren't going to make it.
That's right.
So we really need a shift in the garbage collection setup. I know they do have... we put blue bags out at my house, and they go out in the garbage, and I assume these guys are supposed to pull the blue bags out and separate them.
No, Michael. We covered
you do the blue bag. I know we have. I'm just getting it clear for the masses here. So when I put the stuff in the blue bag that we pay extra for at the
grocery
supermarket,
store.
And we fill them up and we put them out there in our garbage. Those are just getting thrown right in with the rest of the garbage.
That's right.
And they don't get pulled out at all?
No, you got to drive over to Ravenswood and put them in a dumpster.
It's a good thing I have a bunch of trucks and cars and stuff.
Bob, you're also kind of, I don't know what your role is with the Green Corps, but I was in the first graduating class of the 49th Ward. Maybe it was the second, because we were the ones that got the training come to us over at Loyola Park about 3 or 4 years ago. It's a pretty active Green Corps group in citywide, right?
Oh, yes. We have a huge amount of programming going on. I serve as the facilitator, really just the person who organizes the meetings, but really it's our more than 300 members who have been trained through the Green Corps, or through the Chicago
CCC.
Conservation Corps programming, who are the engines that put on so many great things. Next month, we have the Trash to Treasure Swap taking place on the first weekend of May.
Oh, good.
Which is a huge event every year, keeping a lot of great reusable goods out of the landfill.
Where's that going to be?
Well, that's still to be determined. We're trying to
You're going to have
find.
to come back.
Yeah, we will
Come back, because we always, or August
Trash
should come
to
back.
treasure.
Yeah.
Coming back.
No, I mean to let us know when and where. Great work.
Thank you.
Well, before we let you go, how about tell us a little bit about yourself, how you get involved being an activist, and how you showed up here in the 49th Ward.
Sure. Well, I actually live right across the alley from the Heartland, so I've been there about going on 9 years or so. And
So you
I've
see all the back alley action.
Exactly. I see all the theater recitals that are taking place in the alley and everything. But then been involved with education issues for quite a while across the city, and then have been working with the Green Corps for about the past year. So.
Speaking of which, the education issues, are you running for local school council?
It's true. I'm running as a community representative for Eugene Field School over at Ashland and Lunt, which is a fantastic opportunity, and there's a really great bumper crop of candidates in schools across the neighborhood.
When's the election?
This year. The election is Wednesday, and there's April 18th and 19th, which are on Wednesday is the elementary school local school council election, and Thursday is the high school one. So.
Now, there was someone in here, I don't think it was you, that wanted to have a gathering of, do you know the information on this?
Yeah,
Fill us in.
We're not going to do that now, but we will tell you next week about it. April 18th and 19th are the days to remember for local school council elections. You do not have to be a citizen. You do not have to be, you can be a student, a high school student and vote, right?
Yes.
Same with by the way, with the participatory budgeting.
And you need not be a parent to vote either.
That's right.
That's a big misconception.
You could be somebody like me, a non-mother, just member of the community who cares about what happens to the school kids. And these community representatives can really move mountains at this point. So congratulations on your activism and on putting yourself out there for that.
Thank you.
That's really good work, Bob Fuller. Let's hear it for the Green Corps and Bob Fuller.
Thanks, Bob. You're listening to Live from the